Hello, hello! As solopreneur, we all know that feeling. You've got a big idea, maybe for a new product, a marketing email, or a video, and you're staring at a blank screen on your Mac. You wish you had a colleague, a marketing team, or just someone to bounce ideas off of. But it's just you. That process of brainstorming alone can eat up hours of your valuable time, and honestly, it can be pretty frustrating. But what if you could change that? What if you had a 24/7 creative partner built right into your Mac? That's exactly what AI tools like ChatGPT can be. But the secret isn't just what you ask it, it's how you use it. It's about moving from a simple Q&A to a dynamic, productive partnership. Today, I want to show you 3 techniques for using AI as your brainstorming partner, all taken from interviews with successful Macpreneurs who are using this right now. This isn't about generic robotic answers, it's about helping you save time and make your ideas stronger. Let's get into the first technique. Technique number 1 is what I call the sparring partner. So many of us are too polite with AI. We ask a question, we get an okay answer, and then we move on. But my guest, MV Braverman, does the exact opposite. She's not afraid to fight with the AI. She'll do an info dump of all her scattered thoughts on a topic and then challenge the AI to organize it, find the weak spots, and do better. This back and forth process is where the real magic happens for refining content. Here's MV explaining her approach.
I don't know how to say this. I use it to fight with. It's really like mainly it's a brainstorming partner. So I will never put out content that I just say ChatGPT write about this or just tell it write me something. But I will say here's my info dump. Here's like what I'm thinking. These are my random things. Please help me organize this. Give me feedback. How can I structure this for a LinkedIn post? I ask it to take on a couple of personas of people whose work and style that I respect and say, well, how would they say this? And so I go back and forth a lot, but it's really helpful. With actual humans, we have that whole you should have 5 positive interactions to 1 negative one. I don't have that problem with ChatGPT. I can just say this is nonsense. Do better. And sometimes it does better.
See, don't be afraid to push back. That's how you get from a B idea to an A plus idea. Okay, so that's a great workflow for content, but what about for conversations, like a big sales call? This brings us to technique number 2, the practice client. This workflow is all about building confidence and saving you from costly mistakes on a real call. My guest, Nina Perez, shared this brilliant idea. Instead of just asking AI for advice, she has it role play as a potential client. She specifically tells it to give her difficult questions and objections. This way, she can practice her answers, refine her pitch, and walk into the real meeting feeling prepared and confident. It's such a fantastic way to use this tech.
I was on ChatGPT the other day and I was role playing with ChatGPT because I said, "Hey, I love role playing for for anybody who has an entrepreneur business or service based business. You want to be comfortable when you're talking to the other person on the other side of the screen." And so one of the great things to use for either her, I don't want to say her name, or ChatGPT is that you can role play. So what I do is I have ChatGPT become a potential client. And I have it ask me very difficult questions that I need to navigate in a conversation. And so we were literally having like a coach client conversation. It was phenomenal. I was like, wow, okay. And then I would give it an answer and they're like, well, I get that. And it was like challenging me. And I'm like, I love this thing because now when I have those challenges, you feel a little more prepared. So why not use, all of this intelligence to maybe help you prepare for a job interview, maybe help you for your next call that you have for somebody who wants to do a discovery call, things like that. So it's been very helpful. I love it.
Such a smart, practical workflow for any solopreneur. So we've covered AI as a sparring partner and as a practice client. Finally, technique number 3 is using AI as a verbal sounding board. This one is perfect for those of us who tend to think out loud. Sometimes the biggest barrier to productivity is just getting the ideas out of our head. In this last clip, my guest, Kim De-Jong, and I were talking about the power of using the voice mode in ChatGPT. It turns the tool into an assistant that you can have an actual two-way dialogue with. You can just talk, brainstorm, and let the ideas flow naturally, almost like having an assistant in the room with you. Check out how Kim describes it.
ChatGPT has become my favorite assistant. I come up with the ideas, I ask it an idea, it comes back to something, it becomes this really interesting and fun two-way dialogue. Again, as a solo entrepreneur, I have so many ideas, so it's nice to kind of have the dialogue.
Okay, so let's do a quick recap. We just learned 3 powerful practical ways to use AI to save time and stop brainstorming alone. Number 1, the sparring partner. Dump your ideas and fight with the AI to challenge and refine them, just like MV Braverman. Second, the practice client. Have the AI role play as a difficult client so you can practice handling objections like Nina Perez. And number 3, the verbal sounding board. Use voice mode for a two-way dialogue to get ideas out of your head like Kim De-Jong. Notice that in all 3 examples, the AI isn't doing the work for them. It's a tool that's helping them think better. My challenge for you is this. The next time you feel stuck, try one of those techniques. You will be amazed at how much more productive you can be. On a side note, I have created a super quick quiz to help you find out at which stage of your AI journey you might be. In less than 2 minutes, you will discover whether you are an AI dabbler, an integrator, or a full-on automator. After answering 12 questions, you will get your personal AI archetype and, more importantly, 3 simple practical next steps that you can take today. Find out where you stand at macpreneur.com/AI stage in one word. That's macpreneur.com/AI stage. And until next time, I'm Damien Schreurs, wishing you a great day.